Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
Since 1911, the Pierre Parts Store has been your one-stop shop. Family owned and operated for 4 generations, the Pierre Parts Store has served the community by providing groceries, hardware, home products, and much more, including a full-service lumber yard. Now, we've added the Thibodaux store to the family with the same values and service we've delivered for over 100 years. The Pierre Parts Store and the Thibodaux store, our family serving your family.
All right, we are back, and joining us, of course, is Commander Lonnie Cavalier with Assumption Parish, and we always appreciate our neighbors in Assumption Parish. So, sir, how are you today?
I'm good, Martin. How are y'all?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. Busy news day, but understand y'all had a busy weekend also, so I'll give you the floor and let you talk about some of the things that have happened in Assumption Parish.
Yeah, on Saturday night, which we have not released yet on any arrests because we've not made any yet, but on Saturday night in Pierreport, we did have an incident, a confrontation between 2 individuals that ended up with someone shot in a foot. We're working on that story as well. We expect to have an arrest on that shortly, and I will send that to you all as soon as we get it. Last night, approximately shortly before midnight, deputies were dispatched to 139 Paul Street in Pierreport, Louisiana, in Assumption Parish. And there we were confronted by a 37-year-old white male by the name of Dylan Joseph Revere, who was acting extremely hostile and confrontational. Deputies immediately tried to detain him, which ended up in a scuffle. And at some point in time, Mr. Revere attempted to disarm a deputy by taking his taser, and that we were able to get the taser knocked away from him. And he was subsequently tased by another deputy. All out brouhaha, a very violent confrontation with deputies, which resulted in Mr. Revere being arrested and charged on counts of battery of a police officer, disarming of a police officer, resisting arrest with force or violence, and disturbing the peace. Mr. Rivera was taken to a local hospital for treatment, as was one of the deputies. Both had been released since then. Mr. Rivera is currently in our facility without bond, and the deputy is being treated at a specialist for a broken hand.
Let me ask you, Commander Cavalier, because we cover so many different things, but it seems like the crimes sort of change over the years, and and I'm sure the sheriff, Leland Falcon, also has seen this over the years, but people don't settle it at the lot anymore. They don't settle it with a good old-fashioned fisticuff like back in the day. Yeah, everybody seems they got to run for a weapon, right?
Yeah, it's just unfortunately that's their only answer, and the individuals involved in Saturday's confrontation are grown adults, not children. And this actually happened in a community of Pierreport, which is, we have very little type of that activity in Pierreport.
Yeah, that's the salt of the earth. People yes. Over there, we're friends with the people at the Pierreport store and all that, and yes. It just seems like everybody over there just totally friendly whenever we're there. So that sort of shocks me, but I don't know. It's just, and I know y'all do a good job of trying to educate the young people now, and y'all go to talk to people in the schools and like most agencies around, and that seems to be working to an extent. Do y'all still do that a lot?
Yes, we do. We spend a lot of time in schools. We go over the issues with electronic media and all of that, and then obviously we have our school resource officers that deal with the younger people in our schools, and it works for us. But let's not forget that it all starts at home, and that's wherever you see lack of discipline at home, you generally see these kids that get into some issues.
And what caught my attention here, you said he was older, but disarming of a peace officer and reaching for some of his weapons, that's got to be pretty brazen when they get to that point. When that happens, most of the time, do they have a past record that they're just so desperate they don't want to get arrested on this go-around?
He's got a history, but most of his history is basically, disturbing the peace. He's had some issues in the past and has been arrested, numerous times. But we have never had a confrontation of this nature with him till late last night.
Okay, so I guess y'all see so many different factions. And does anything surprise you anymore when you see it? Or, y'all probably so conditioned now that you're going to see different things.
Well, we see a lot of different things, and we do basically preventive type stuff. But there's some things that when people have decided that they're going to settle things on their own, really doesn't matter much of what we tell them. We generally get called after, but we are very responsive to the needs of people who, we have a great working with our coroner here in Assumption, and we've utilized them a bunch. But again, people have to want to do the right thing. And a lot of times we're called, more so than not, we're called in after the events have taken place.
All right, Commander Cavalier, we appreciate you always joining us and giving us news from your region. And stay safe, and thank all your deputies and the sheriff for the work they do also.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
All right, there you have it from Commander Cavalier in Assumption Parish. And once again, we reach out to all of our viewing area. And if you want to catch us on Facebook and YouTube, our stories run all over the air. We try to catch you on as many mediums as we can. So once again, for the whole crew here at HTV, we'll take a break. We'll see you on the next go-around. Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.